So the first section will be going over the source code. So let's begin. First, we have the main file, and it's going to include all the other files that we're going to need. The first header file that we have is the character file. So this is what all the other three classes that you could play as derive from. As you can see, you have constructors, you have your accessors, and you have virtual functions that are used in the derived classes. Also, this has a RNG mechanic to support in-game mechanics. All the combat functions are here, the set functions are here, and down here is where they're actually defined, such as constructors, uh, a, a saving function, a loading function, and a function to check if the load exists and what type of load it is. The derived functions are structured very similarly, as you can see in the warrior class right here. They have the constructors, it's derived from the character class. You can see that they have the combat mechanics right here, their methods. They have getters, setters, and they have their overridden save and load function. And as you can see here, here's the constructors, the save and loading functions being overridden. They have their own battle manager. This is how the player would interact with the game in battle sequences. It shows them what abilities they have and description of the abilities, and that's set by a switch function. And all of the derived classes are very similar. You can see each class has their own battle manager, each class has their own abilities. The enemy class is how enemies are created, because they're created via RNG, and you can see it's very similar to the character. They have their own constructors, their own combat methods, their own accessors and mutators, and constructors are here. And boss enemies are special as they have a sort of battle manager, the same thing the players gets, as they have a specific moveset. And enemies are generated via RNG depending on what level the player is. So as the game goes on, the harder the game gets. Finally, the main file. We can see the game starts out. It gives the option to save or load, and this is the saving and loading function right here. If they choose new game, they're able to create a new character. If they choose load game, they're able to load a character. This is the main game loop right here. As you can see, it's decided by a switch statement, and while the game state is not equal to -1, the switch case is run, and that's what the game is happening. So you can see first case is fighting, and this while loop keeps running until either the player or the enemy is dead. Case 2 is the post fight, so this is basically the main hub of the player, where they can choose whatever action they want to do. Case 3 is if they want to save a game midway through the game. Case 4 is a boss fight, and that's a special case. And case 5 is the victory screen. Let's go ahead and check out a demo of how a new player would interact with this. So first they see the title screen, and they're able to create a new character or load a game. Let's say we're a new player, so we hit new. It gives us the three classes we're able to play as. We have the Berserker, the Glockodile, or the Fentech Fox. So let's go ahead and just choose the Berserker. We could give him a name. Let's call him Burger. We could pick any save slot, so let's just pick 5. And it says, welcome to Worst Zoo Ever. Check the character info to see information about our character. So let's go do that. So let's press 2. And the character info screen gives us our name, our class, our level, our health, and our max health, and our resource, and a short description of our character. So it's RPG, so we'd start grinding. And this is the combat sequence. The characters are randomly generated. And gives us our option of what we're able to do. So you see all our abilities and a short description of it. And as we level up, we should be able to gain more abilities we could use. So let's use a couple of abilities to dispatch this visitor very quickly. And once you beat them, you get some XP, and you get to move on. So let's grind for a little bit. So we grind a little bit. We're at level 6 now, so we could use all the abilities. And as you can see, all 4 abilities are available to us. So let's keep grinding. As you can see, we grind a little bit more. We're level 8. We could take on bosses now. And what we could do here is you could always press save. You could enter any save slot. So let's say 5, because that's our save. You could override it. So burgers should be saved there now. And what happens if we close this and start it up again? Hit load, we hit 5, and burger's back here waiting for us, but all the stats. And for the finally, you could always challenge upper management, which would be the final boss. But we didn't get the final boss because it's random. And the bosses have a specific moveset, so you'd have to pay extra attention to it, as they could do a lot of damage very suddenly. And we beat the boss, and it says we took down upper management staff. Soon you'll find the leader, and you just keep grinding and hopefully beat the game. That's it.